Hello, everybody. It's good to see you again today on Market Faith. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Deji Agboade, and I am delighted to welcome you to another wonderful session and another wonderful episode on Market Faith Online. I want to say first and foremost today, thank you, right? Thank you to everyone that's been giving us feedback. Thank you to everyone that has been, commenting. For people that have been talking to their friends about it. Some people see me outside and they ask me questions about, market faith and about their businesses. Some people just tell me, hey, look, you're doing a great job. And that's fantastic. It's good to always know that, what you're doing is making an impact and what you're doing is helping someone somewhere. So we're delighted about that. I want to encourage most of you, please keep the comments coming. We read every comment, we read every email, everything you send to us, we see, and we try to respond as quickly as we possibly can. So I've been responding to some people on Instagram, I've been responding to people on different platforms as well. So I want to really encourage you, if you haven't engaged or interacted with us, please go ahead and do that. It's always a wonderful time to hear from you and to know what you're doing and what you're all about. So once again, thank you so much for joining today. Go ahead and share this video, invite someone, invite a colleague, and let them know that Market Faith is on live right now. All right, wonderful. All right, so today and over the next couple of videos, specifically this month, we want to talk more about the role of people within the organization and do a lot of conversations around the CEO, retention of good people, hiring people you can't afford, and all those types of things. We're just going to speak a bit about those things in this particular month. But today I want to start off talking to you about something that I consider extremely important and for business owners to really understand. And I want to encourage you to please pay a lot of attention. Call your friends, call your family members, especially people that you know who are in business, right? Because this is going to be very powerful and very important for them. And today I want to look at the difference between a business that is built for growth, that is built to last, versus a business that is built to die. That's the way I call it. I call it built to last versus built to die, right? And the reason why is this. I used to think erroneously that everybody was really interested in building a solid business that would grow, that would do all sorts of amazing things, right? And it was a bit of a rude shock to realize that not everyone is interested in growing their businesses, all right? And it might shock you also to realize this, but not everyone is interested in growing a sustainable business, right? And so at Market Faith, what we're doing is that we're focusing really on content that helps you grow and scale your business, okay? But I've also realized that not everybody is interested in growing their businesses. Not everybody is interested in building a business that would last generations. Not everybody is interested in building a business that will help every single person on the face of the earth. Most people many people rather, just want to build a business that takes care of them, takes care of their families, etc. All right. I remember talking to a friend and he was telling me about another close friend of his who is really in that category. In other words, he's very clear in his mind that, look, I'm not looking for a 10 billion naira business. I'm not looking for a 20 billion naira business. No, all I'm interested in is a business doing X amount. Once the business does X amount, Y amount would be for myself and my family. Once the business is tired, all right, in other words, I'm tired of running this business, I'm going to shut it down because the business is built only to make money for me, all right? Now, whether that is good or bad is a separate conversation altogether. That's not the scope of my conversation today, because when you can do much more for other people, but you decide to do just for yourself, I mean, you may have other reasons for doing that. And I'm not here to judge or say anything about that. But what I'm trying to say is this. It's important that you realize, why are you building the business that you are building? That's very, very important. Why are you doing what you are doing? Are you trying to build a business that will last and that you can leave as a legacy for your children? Or you're trying to build a business that, by the time you are tired, by the time you are done, you're shutting down the business, you're sending away the customers, and you are literally done, right? It's important. The reason why is this. Expectation, right, will determine the inputs that you give into something, right? If you expect that this thing will give XYZ result, then the input must be commensurate to that. All right. It's like when you're in school, right? When you're in college, when you're in university, right? Not everybody was interested in the first class. All right. It didn't make them bad people. It just meant that they were not interested in achieving the first class. Many people were interested with a second class lower. Some people wanted a second class upper. Some people were interested in, look, let me just pass and get out of this school. All right. So the point is this: you don't expect a first class result with a third class effort. It doesn't work. It doesn't match. All right. So I see many business people who don't have first class expectations, quote and unquote. So, or rather, they've not set first class expectations. So they are putting in third class inputs and they're expecting to get a second class or a first class. It's not going to work. Things like that do not work. So it's very important that you are clear in your mind. What exactly am I building? And why am I building what I am building? All right. Is this a business that I will do for the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, or 15 years? Or this is a business that once it can feed me and my family, I'm done, I'm shutting it down, and that's it. Once my kids go to school, the rest, it's just going to be me and my husband or me and my wife, and we're done, all right? It's very important that you are clear in your mind. The reason is this: so that you are not disappointed at the end of the day when you see that you're not getting certain kinds of results. The other thing is this: when you see people who are now getting the kind of results that you would envy, remember that you have put in third class effort. You can't expect a first class result. All right. That's very important, because the challenge also is this: when people see other people that are doing very well, they now start asking themselves, oh, why are they doing so well? Because they put in the first class effort to get a first class result. But you've put in a third class effort, right? And you're looking for a first class effort. Result. So there's a mismatch. Now, what are the key differences? Okay. And this is getting into what exactly I want to talk to you about today. What exactly are the key differences between someone who is building a business that is built to last versus someone who is building a business that is built to die? Meaning that somebody is building their business because they want it to last for a long time, while some other people are building their businesses because they know that at the end of the day, they're going to kill it, they're going to sell it, or they're just not going to be interested in whatever it is that the business is doing. Now, the first thing, right, and this is the biggest thing that I think affects every other thing I'm going to talk about in this video, which is the most important factor in the that serves as the key difference between someone that is building a business that is built to last and someone that is building a business that is built to die. The major difference is in the way they think. That's it. It's in their mindset. It's in the way they think. And I'm going to show you how the mindset affects everything else. The mindset, right, of somebody that wants to build a business that is built to last is different from the mindset of somebody that wants to build a business that is built to die. Someone that is nonchalant about their business, someone that doesn't really care about their business, all right? The way they think is very different. And I'm going to show you in about 4 or 5 years in business, right, how the way they think affects everything. Listen, it affects every single thing about their business. All right. So let's dive in at this time, right, and look at a couple of things and a couple of factors, okay, that the way people think, the mindset really affect. Okay. The first mindset is handling money. All right. One of the ways you know whether someone is building a business that is built to last or built to die is in the way they handle money. All right. Now, why is this important? The way they handle money is a very good indicator, because the way they handle money will determine whether they are planning for the future or they are planning just for now. When you see people who are building businesses that are built to last, they do the same 4 things very differently. They make money differently, they save money differently, they spend money differently, and they invest money differently. Those four things are the things that they do, but they do it differently. All right. Now, someone who's building a business to last versus someone who's building a business to die, the level of aggression in terms of how they chase revenue is very different. All right. Someone who is building a business that is built to last is investing a lot, not just in technology and all of those things, but they're investing deliberately, right, in making more money, in being aggressive about their funding, in being aggressive about their collections, in the way they market and all those types of things. Meanwhile, many times people that are building businesses that are built to die are really not as aggressive. Once they make money here and there, they're fine. Once they make enough, for example, that lasts them for a year, they can relax, they go on a vacation, etc. Other people are not necessarily like that. All right. When you look at also the way they spend money, okay, there are people who build businesses who are built to last are aggressive about the way they make money and the way they save money. On the other hand, all right, other kinds of people are not really as aggressive. In fact, when they get money, they are interested in spending it. And I'm talking to you from experience, all right, because I've been like this, right? I started a particular kind of business where for me, every money the business made was essentially my money. All right. If there was excess cash in the business, I felt like a rich guy because the money, the business's money and my money were, so to speak, intertwined. So when you see people whose business finances and their personal finances are interrelated, you are most likely looking at someone who is not necessarily interested in building a business that is built to last. Okay, investing. Okay, when you look at people who are building businesses for the future, right, they have investments, they have things that they've invested in the name of the business. Why? The business can take advantage of it tomorrow. All right, but people who are building businesses that are not lasting, right, everything is just in their name, everything is for them, right? The children's school fees are paid from the business. Pretty much everything happens in the business. So one person has a mindset that, look, this business, I can't suck this business dry. Another person has the mindset that, look, this business, you are here for me, so I cannot be suffering and you are prospering. All right. So they've not separated the two. So when you see someone who has a mindset that, look, I'm building this business because it's going to last, they save money aggressively because they understand that the future will require from them more than they can afford at that time. And so they save money today so that they can afford whatever it is that they want to do tomorrow. Very, very important. The mindset about handling money is very different. They are miles apart. All right. They are not near in any category in any way. Okay. So someone who is building a business that is built to last thinks about money differently than somebody who is building a business where that is built to die. All right. Now, the second area, right, is in their focus and their level of intentionality. Right? The first part we've talked about money. The second part we've talked about focus and level of intentionality. Intentionality and focus refers to discipline, right? These people are on a salary. These people do not employ family and friends unnecessarily. These people are very disciplined about their business and the things that they do. These people who are building businesses, who are built to last, are not just taking decisions frivolously. They are calculated, they are focused, and they are very intentional. All right. They are not just making, they are not just in a particular area just for the fun of it. They are there because they are deliberately looking for something, because they know that this will hit this. And once this happens and that hits, this one will be triggered. Once that is triggered, it happens something else. All right. Something else happens here. Something else happens here. They are very intentional. When they build relationships intentionally. When they acquire knowledge, they acquire knowledge intentionally. Their objective is very clear. They are clear in their mind that, look, this thing, we are taking over the world. When you hear the way they speak as though they're taking over the world. They're not local champions. They're not people who want to do a one small thing in one small corner somewhere, something that is mom and pop, and they'll be all right. No, when they build a restaurant, they're thinking of chains. They're thinking of being in multiple places at the same time. They're thinking future plans. They're focused. They're very, very intentional. So one of the key differences I find between businesses that are built to last and businesses that are built to die, and when it comes to the way they think, is also in the level of intentionality. How intentional are you as a business person? This is super critical and super important, because you don't just, I see people who they have a business, they don't spend time to think and strategize. They don't spend time to really build things, right? They're just not strategic, all right? Which is the third thing I want to say, right? The way they are strategic is very different. You see people who are focused about their business, who are building businesses that are built to last. They're strategic about their relationships. They go for international conferences. They're strategic about those things. They're strategic about international exposure because they know that where they are going with their business is such that they need their business to have international backing and international standards. They are very careful about those things. They're very strategic. They hire people even at the detriment of their own personal salaries. All right? Why? Because they're very strategic and they know that if I hire this person who has this type of knowledge, he will deliver this type of results. People who are building businesses that are built to last understand that when you hire good people, you're not just paying good money for them, right? Eventually they are free because they deliver more value than what they cost you, right? They are very strategic in the way they think, right? They think 6 months out, 1 year out. Most people who are doing businesses today are firefighting, all right? It's about what is happening now, what is urgent and what is important. They are always chasing fires, fighting fires, closing down fires, all those types of things. No, when you see people who are focused, who are intentional, they are very strategic in the way they think. They're thinking about the future. They are 6 months. When you are thinking today, they're thinking 6 months, 12 months out. They are gone. All right, they are not on your level, right? You are thinking what's going on in our economy today. They are miles away. All right, they are different in the way they think. All right, so that's the third thing. The first thing is the way they handle money. The second thing is their focus and their level of intentionality. The third thing is how strategic they are and how strategic they are in their thinking. The fourth thing, and I'm going to close with this one. The fourth thing that is different about them is the way they handle people. Very, very important. Listen, like I said, these people hire great people sometimes at their own detriment. They understand the role and the importance of people. They are not afraid to train people, right? Because they know that, listen, if these people are trained, they will deliver superior results that will help us produce superior things over the long term. They are not afraid of those types of things. Listen, they are aware that there are risks inherent in training people. Everybody knows that. But these people understand as well that training somebody and the person leaving versus training somebody and the person, not training them and the person staying, the latter is more dangerous. In other words, if I don't train this person and he stays, that's more dangerous than if I train this person and he leaves. So they build systems, they build structures, all right? They are not necessarily quote unquote one-man businesses, right? They may be for a period, but they are very deliberate about devolving power in the hands of people. Why? They are hiring smart people not to tell those smart people what to do, but that those smart people are telling them what to do. They make a lot of sacrifices. That's the honest truth. They make a lot of sacrifices. They can wear the same shirt for 3 years. They can drive the same car for 5 years because in that period, they are building their business. Many people who are building businesses who are built to die are not very careful about that. Today, if the business makes $1 million, they are spending 500,000 out of it on themselves. They are buying the Rolls Royce. They are doing one thing or the other. These people are not like that. They are very clear in their minds that if they are not careful and if they are not saving money, this business may not survive. So even though the business has cash in the bank, you will see them wearing the same tie from 2 or 3 years ago. You will see them wearing the same shirts from 3 or 4 years ago. You will see them still driving the same car, right? Because they understand that the fact that the business's money has increased does not necessarily mean that their money has increased. So today, I want you to just make up your mind. Is it good or is it bad? That's not the point I'm here to make. The point is this. If you are building a business that is built to die, understand that that's what you are building so that you can adjust your expectations accordingly and you can work according to your expectations. But if you are building a business that is built to last, understand it and be ready to give the time, the effort, and the sacrifice that it takes to do that. So, dear business owner, dear entrepreneur, do not put in the effort of a business that is built to die in a business that you are trying to build to last. Put in the right effort for the right results that you're expecting, and you will see your business grow and flourish in ways unimaginable. I want to thank you very much for joining me today. Please give me your comments and feedback about what you've heard today. Let me know if it's been a blessing to you. Let me know if it has helped you. And if you need more information, please feel free to send us an email. All the details will be on the screen, and I'll be delighted to hear from you. Thank you so much once again for joining me today on Market Faith, and I look forward to seeing you next time.